Hi my friends! Welcome to my channel! Do you like my new DIY felt poinsettia wreath that I made? I hope you do, because I'm going to show you everything that you need and take you step by step how to make this festive holiday wreath. Stay tuned! Okay guys, everything that you're going to need to be able to make this DIY poinsettia wreath is obviously stuff to make your felt floral. So pick out your felt. I was able to get 2 florals in this size out of 1 sheet of felt. It's optional if you want to add the green. You're going to need a wreath form. There's many to choose from. At the time, this was all I got from the craft store was available. So I am going to wrap mine with burlap. I actually have found this at the Dollar Tree. I don't think it's going to be enough. So when I was at Michael's, this was actually on 50% off sale. Love sales. You could also choose to wrap your wreath with decorative florals or use them to make decorative bows. It's up to you. If you use delicate ribbon, you may need a lighter just to seal the edges of your ribbon from fraying. For making the floral, you're going to need some kind of cardstock so that you can make a template. If you don't have cardstock paper, you could use an old manila folder, something a little bit stiffer to help trace. For tracing on the lighter colored felt, I found that a pencil works fine. On the red, I used the Sharpie. Use some sharp cutting scissors that will cut through felt, and you'll need some glue. My favorite is always the glue gun because it's very fast and easy. Just watch out for strings because they don't look pretty on felt. If you have a different type of glue, like this, it typically takes a little bit longer to dry, but it will work. What you'll need are little binder clips like this, and I'll show you how to use a different glue option. I got a whole pack of these in multiple different sizes for $1 at the Dollar Tree. For your center of your flower, I have this in my craft supplies, little beads here. If you don't have those, you could go with something like this, which I think is very pretty. It came from the Dollar Tree, and as you could tell, they look very frosty, pretty little beads that you could pick off and glue to the center of your floral. Now I always recommend, guys, if you can't find what you need at the Dollar Tree, pick up a Sunday paper, use your smartphone, or print off the internet a coupon. They always have them every week for the craft stores. Or use the sales when they're hot. Alright, I'm going to show you the steps. Let's get started. To start with, you are going to need to trace onto your cardstock a 5-pointed star-like floral kind of design. I freehanded mine, and then you're going to want a petal size about as equal as to the size of the petal as if it hit right into the center. Cut that out with some scissors, and this is what you're going to use to make the base of your floral. The 5 petals that you're going to need for each. And this is what I also used for the leaves as well. After you do that, onto your felt, you could do 2. I wanted to show that you could do 2 on 1 piece of felt if you utilized your space. So trace your florals, and you need, like I said, 5 petals per flower. So I have 2 florals and 10 to have 5 petals on each. Once you have done that, just cut it out. And now I'm going to show you how we're going to assemble it. Once you guys have cut out your floral bottom and the 5 petals that it needs for the top layer, what you do is start with the petals, and you're going to want to take your glue of choice and just put a little thin line along this flat edge, curl it up, and cinch it closed. If you use the hot glue gun, it'll just take a second and you'll be done. If you use a different glue option, same thing. Take a little layer right here along the edge, fold it up. Then you're gonna wanna take a binder clip and close it over your felt like so until it is dry. I am gonna use a glue gun and do it right here, right now. So this is what you do. You'll take the glue, and it just takes a little line and fold it on over, hold it for a second or two, and now you have your petal. Repeat those steps with all 5 petals. Very simple. Once you have all 5 petals dry and ready to go, you're going to take your centerpiece to your poinsettia and kind of lay these where they'll stick out, alternating points. It is a poinsettia, by the way. This will give you kind of a center guide. All you need to do at this point is pick up each one and right along the point to the start of where the floral starts to flatten, that's where you're gonna put your glue. So just like so. Then you're gonna place that down, meeting into the center. And let it dry and move on to the next. Poinsettia structure. Now pick some kind of embellishment. It could be a button, it could be a bead, it could be like the thing from Dollar Tree I showed you. I think 3 is a perfect amount, and it's kind of just going to make it a little prettier and hide the little gathering at the center. So all you need to do is a little dab of glue on each and kind of, one wants to stay in there hidden. Take a little dab of glue and center them in. Guys, you have your poinsettia. Now, it is the same exact step with the green. You use the same template on the green if you want to make a leaf and just cinch it and glue it as I showed you. Repeat this step for as many poinsettias as you want for your wreath. Now let's get on to assembling the wreath and putting these bad boys on. Alright, first things, I'm going to wrap my wreath with the burlap that I purchased from Michael's. So I hope this is enough burlap. I'm assuming so. And what I'm gonna do is to start, I'm gonna put a little bit of glue, hot glue, to start folding over. So I'm gonna put some hot glue to get it to stay. Then I'm gonna start wrapping it all the way around. To finish up the wrapping of this, I'm going to take some more hot glue and seal it and then trim what's left. And as you may have noticed, I got a lot of fallout from this wreath, so this is, if you do go with this type of wreath, definitely will want to cover it with something. Alright, so I'm just going to glue it on the back here and then give it a cut. Remove the extra. I see some loose strings, so I'm going to clip those away as well. any loose strings from my burlap. Here is my finished wreath, all wrapped and ready for the florals. So I'm going to kind of clean up this hay mess here and get right back to you, and we'll place the florals on. I have decided that I am going to go with a total of 6 poinsettia flowers. 3 white, 3 red. I made a total of 8, and I'm gonna save those to add a string so it can hang on the Christmas tree and add it to a present. I think that'll be a little something extra special. These are also great, guys, for centerpieces, for napkin rings. You could glue a safety pin to the back and add it to your holiday sweater to look more festive. There's a lot of fun things you could do with these besides just add them to a wreath. But I've got my 6 here, and I'm just going to, I think I kind of like the burlap look. So I think I'm gonna kind of start halfway and just fill it with the florals in the bottom half center. And then what I'm going to end up doing is, I got this from the Dollar Tree so that it'll hang on a door. So I'll need to create a loop for it. So we'll get to that after we place on our poinsettias. So since I got 3 of each, I'm just going to strategically choose, since it shouldn't be that hard, where I'm gonna hot glue them on. So I'm just gonna go every other and decide if that's how I like the location. And I think I do like it just like that. So now I'm gonna glue them on. Okay guys, the next step is up to you. Do you want to put on green leaves? At first I wasn't sure. I made them in case I did. I think I'll go ahead and do it. So, I'm not going to place them on every single one. I think I'll leave the 2 top ones alone. And I think I'll put about 2 petals per flower. So these 4 guys right here, and I'm just gonna alternate locations. So these are already ready to go, just like the petals were when we made them. So they have that nice little tip where I can put a dab of glue and just insert it where I'd like it. So that's what I'm gonna do next. Okay guys, next what I'm going to do is create the loop that you need to be able to get it on a door hanger. So there's a couple different options. I showed you that there are decorative pretty ribbons out there that you could use. Such as something like this, which actually has little holly berries in it. I think I'm going to go with a burlap ribbon as my decoration over the loop that we're going to make to disguise the loop. So I have this. I'm just going to create a loop so that it'll hang, and then to disguise my loop I made, I'm going to place my burlap ribbon to hang down. Okay. So first I'm just going to try to find the center of my little wreath here. Because I want to make sure that when it hangs, it's hanging the way I like it. Okay, I found the center, so now I'm going to create the loop. It's very easy. Just need a little hot glue gun, and I'm going to glue a loop together on this. Get my scissors. First, I'm going to create a base for my loop to go on, so I'm just going to measure right around this wreath, about the proper length, so that I could just glue over it. This is what you'd want to do if you were using decorative ribbon as well. And I'm going to then use some hot glue to just put that down, and then that's where my decorative bow is going to come into place to kind of hide this area. Or you could glue it from the back and avoid all that altogether. So I don't want to smush my flowers, but let me just hold it up. And we're just going to fold this over itself with a little glue. Now pick about the length you want your loop to be. I don't think it needs to be long. I just know that this isn't going to hold my whole wreath body, so it is going to need a loop. So I think something like maybe 6, 7, 8 inches will be plenty. So we'll give that a cut, and we'll just glue it onto itself and then glue it to the back of the wreath. Okay, at this point, you'll just want to pick what style of bow, if any, you even want to put on. In my opinion, this is really adorable as is. But just for a little extra something, I think I will go ahead and pick a ribbon. Now, I just showed this as an example. You could go with something more colorful and festive. You could even stack them up on top of each other by putting the burlap style down and then placing the other one over it by just double gluing. I definitely think I like the burlap look though, so that's what I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna hot glue that down right over the little loop that we made to hang. Okay guys, this is my finished wreath, and if you want to, and maybe I may play with this a little bit more, you could add something here, make a mini version of one of these to go in the center, or something like a little red jingle bell or something to go dangle down as well. It'd look pretty. Just be creative, have fun with it, and I really hope you enjoyed this DIY, guys. I hope you liked it. I really do. Give me a thumbs up if you did. And I'd love to have you as one of my buddies, so subscribe because I'll be back to see you again soon. Happy holidays, everybody. Bye-bye.